And good afternoon from Detroit. Detroit. We're taking a flight here out of Detroit today. Um, it's not a really long flight; it's only about an hour. But we'll go from Detroit to Knoxville, Tennessee. Detroit to Knoxville, Tennessee. There's a contrast for you. And I'm in the Zibo Model 737, flying for Allegiant Airlines. We'll be flying at an altitude of 340. Cruise time on this one's not probably not going to be more than 45 minutes. But I thought we would take this trip, take your notebooks out in case you want to learn something about the Zibo model, or we can just hang out for an hour if you're already really good at it. Okay, we're going out on runway 3 left here in Detroit. In the background, you'll see a lot of activity coming off of the traffic global. That's a lot of planes, isn't it? Good gracious. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm seeing 15 right in front of my face right now, but plus all the ones that are on the ground. Um, and it really doesn't, traffic global doesn't affect my resources as a whole. But I will say this: I finally went to the beta, the XPlane 12 beta 12.3, and I have had a few more crashes, like going into an airport, having to go back and restart, and then it just works fine, and they're unexplainable. The log file really doesn't have a lot of detail. It may say something about scenery, but there's just no real reason. This airport, by the way, is a stock airport default, so we're really plain vanilla on a lot of this flight today. Let's go ahead and get in the cockpit and get it set up where we are cold and dark at the moment. Uh, Nothing going on. You know, here, notice here, really quiet. So let's go ahead and get the battery guard kicked up. First things first. Power. So battery guard. I always go straight for the alignment. Alignment to nav. Any battery guards that are open, I drop them, and we're going for the APU. Check oil light. There we go. And kick it again, and it'll kick off. We're going to put the strobe to steady. Position light to steady, anti-collision, wing, and wheel well lights on for inspection. And next thing we go to is our FMS. Init ref, get us a GPS position, and we're gonna load it here. Get pretty colors, and we're gonna go to route and flight plan request. Flight plan is ready because I already did the sim brief. I'll load that. Activate, and let's check what does it look like here. KDTW to KTYS, and the should be 303 left is where we're leaving out of on the Calvin 3 departure. Or Calvin 2. Calvin 2. It says here Calvin 3 and stays. And we'll be coming in on 05 left. Whoa, my fault. Depart. ILS 05 left. Don't have a arrival for that. That's not surprising because it's like in the middle of nowhere. Elevation's probably going to be a little higher when we get there. So next thing we're going to do is go to fuel and weight balance, airside services, and load OFP. You see there's a lot of activity at the airport here. I always say, what it is Detroit, I guess it would be a little bit busy. QNH is 3003 here. And I'm going to pop up our flight directors. And let's start the APU. Start the APU.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
We're not going anywhere yet. Stop it. Okay. Brian, good afternoon. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Can you go ahead and get our IFR clearance? Brian, you with me?
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Detroit ground, good evening. Could we get our IFR clearance to Knoxville?
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Not sure where Brian is, so check on him in a minute. One thing I don't know is, just off the top of my head, is my transition altitude. Do not know at the moment. We're about to know. Or climb and maintain altitude. Ron, you're in charge of all comms. Brian, you there? I need you to get our IFR clearance. I'm not sure what's wrong on Say Intentions. There's something I'm not doing. Well, let's try this. Radio check. How do I sound?
This is what the ATC audio sounds like, and next is what yours sounds like.
Radio check. How do I sound? A Detroit clearance delivery, flight Allegiant 4852 would like to get our IFR clearance to Knoxville.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
I'm not sure what was wrong. It seems to be fixed now, but I'm not sure what's wrong.
Allegiant 4852, Metro clearance cleared to Knoxville via the Clavin 3 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 17,000. Expect flight level 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.05, squawk 2227. Expect runway 3 left.
Allegiant 4852 is cleared to Knoxville via the Calvin 3 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 17,000. Expect 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure is on 124.05, squawk 2227, expecting runway 3 left.
Allegiant 4852, read back correct.
Alright, we'll take that. Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
Got it, Steve. I'll handle the comms from here.
Not sure why he checked out earlier.
Ladies and gentlemen,
but, you know.
welcome aboard Allegiant Air Flight 4852, departing from Detroit and heading to beautiful McGee, Tyson. We're thrilled to have you with us today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to our wonderful crew, including myself, Mario Valentini, and my fantastic colleagues. We're here to help you. Thank you for choosing Allegiant Air, and enjoy your flight.
Cleared to Syracuse, Halford departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.05, squawk 4336 for WestJet 101.
Detroit Metro clearance delivery Delta 1053 requesting IFR clearance to Buffalo. We have information, Victor.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Brian, if you can go ahead and get our pushback and start clearance, we're ready.
Boarding is now complete. Flight attendants prepare the cabins. Verify arm door, standby for all call.
I'll handle the pushback and start clearance request with ground.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Ground to cockpit.
Allegiant
Please show me
4852
where you
requesting
want to go.
clearance for pushback and start.
Allegiant 4852, pushback and start.
Ground to
Tail
cockpit.
southeast.
Tow is driving up.
So we're going out on 4 left. We're at the opposite end on the other side of the building right now. So we're gonna, I would rather change the direction we're coming out, but forget it. it's just as easy to get out. So I needed to point us not to the left, but I needed to point us this way. But there's plenty of room to turn around there. A lot of activity here, by the way, if you didn't happen to notice. A lot.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Zero 3 left. We're going out on. Let's see what route he gives us.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Delta 1085, contact tower 135.0 when ready.
Engine 1-2 first. There. Engine 1. We're looking for about 25 right here. Insert fuel. By the way, that's one of those things when I first started even starting engines and you had to have things set up correctly.
Complete. Set parking brake.
I hot started more times than you could imagine. Okay.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Right. Yaw damper on. Window heat on. Probes on. Packs auto.
Tow is disconnected and bypass.
Isolation
and
valve
has been
auto.
removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Engine bus is on and APU off. Bleed off.
Detroit ground, go ahead.
Delta ground, Delta 398 requesting push on.
Taxi is on and runway turnoff lights are on. Engines are to continuous. Anti-skid is to RTO right here. RTO. Flaps are going to be set as soon as I do our performance numbers. There we go. Reserves are 2.5 and load. Good. Pulling up flight plan now and pulling our takeoff numbers. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be going out with a 5 flaps. Center of gravity you find over here with payload, and it is 25.7. 25.7. Before I do those, I can go into this page and get our runway winds, which are 107 at 6. 107 at 6. And our flex temp is 4.5. Now go back to this page, and if you'll watch while we insert the numbers, you see where it says no V speed right here? Watch that go away. And 150 is what we're putting in here. Our V2 speed we'll put right here. We've already put in our climb and maintain of 17,000, and we're ready to go there. Hit weather and terrain. And Brian, can you get our taxi clearance, please? I pointed myself the wrong way, by the way. I've got to
clearance request.
Go back the opposite way around to runway 03 left.
Tango Juliet 8 for Delta 1454.
Metro Ground Allegiant 4852, ready to taxi to runway 3 left. We have uniform.
Legion 4852, runway 3 left taxi via Echo Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Mike 1, cross runway 3 left at your discretion.
Runway 3 left, Echo Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Mike 1, cross 3 left at our discretion. Allegiant 4852.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Allegiant Air. We are thrilled to have you with us today as we depart from Detroit and head to beautiful McGee Tyson. Our captain for this flight is Captain Steve Good, and our first officer is Brian Song. Joining me in the cabin are my wonderful colleagues, Jessica, Michael, Sarah, and David.
By the way, this is a pretty airport. Like this time of the day is always good to fly.
Insert the metal fitting into the buckle until you hear a click. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the compartment above you. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, please leave your luggage behind. The emergency exits are located at the front, middle, and rear of the aircraft. To reach them, follow the illuminated exit signs. We expect our flight time to be approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. Cruising at 34,000 feet. Oh, and after our meal service, we will be selling items from the Allegiant shop, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy the flight.
I'm assuming that Detroit really is this busy. As busy as this airport is.
Sprint 3667, taxi via Mike. Contact tower on 135.0 when ready for departure.
Taxi to 21 right via Mike, contact tower 135.0 and ready for departure. Thank you. Detroit ground Delta 1068, clearing runway TT left.
think we're making a left here. That is a lot of Delta planes over there. You see that? Got some Southwest, some EasyJets, and Allegiant. And Allegiant Airlines really does fly out of Detroit here. Their Allegiant's primary customers are the smaller regional airports, and they get people back and forth from the regional airports. Trying to make sure I'm not turning too soon, which I was about to. He is hauling. That's a departing aircraft. And we're going to the end of this taxiway, and that will be 3 left, our departing runway. And Traffic Global's in sync with me today because they're using it as a departing runway. So sometimes they can get a mind of their own. Alright, we're going to have to get creative here because Mr. Delta Airlines, I don't know. Maybe I came in the wrong way. But he won't move until I do, so I'm going to go through the grass. And no high-fiving on the wings. not really understanding why everybody's coming down my runway taxiway. All right, we'll stop. We're going to reset our chronometers again. And turn on our taxi lights, turn off our runway lights, and it looks like we're good to go. Brian, we're holding short of runway 3 left, ready for departure. We're departing out on the Calvin 3 departure, transition of stays, climbing to 17,000.
Short of runway 3 left, ready to depart.
Allegiant 4852, Metro Tower, runway 3 left, winds 160 at 3, RNAV best, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 3 left, RNAV best, cleared for takeoff. Allegiant 4852.
TCAS is active. Flaps are set to 5. Flaps are not set to 5. Missed it on the checklist. Right. Okay, Brian, we're ready. Climb to 17,000. Wait for departure to clear us for higher. Okay.
Welcome to Detroit. Contact ground on 119.25.
Okay, 40%. And N1 forward pressure on yoke. V1 rotating.
Positive rate.
You're up. LNAV and VNAV and Command A. Flaps retracted.
52, contact departure on 124.05.
Gear off.
Departure on 124.05.
RTO off.
4852. Detroit departure, Allegiant 4852, climb 2,000.
Allegiant 4852, Detroit departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 17,000, direct best.
17,000, direct best. Allegiant 4852.
Check. He gave us direct to best, and we're already set for that, so we're good.
Allegiant 4852, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220. Allegiant 4852.
220. All right, we're direct to best and climbing to 220. And VNAV is managing our ascent or our climb. We're on our departure, headed towards Swindle now. We've already made it to Best. We're headed to Swindle. Y'all notice the clouds and how they look? What the heck what are you doing in the water or whatever? Clouds look good, don't they? They look really good, like really believable, as I like to say, believable.
Zulu Bravo 738,
Climb and maintain flight
Detroit
level
Metro
250.
Lane CO approach.
Climb
Wind
and maintain
249
flight
at
level
1 knots.
250. Allegiant
Active arrival
4852.
runway 22R. Parking C34 reserved.
Good afternoon to everybody. No question is a dumb question, by the way, because I usually learn too. Good morning. Good morning. So we're headed Detroit to Knoxville. I actually live in Greensboro, North Carolina, is where I'm actually where my actual home is. So we're actually flying not far from where I am now.
And you are welcome to use your electronic devices. Please ensure they are in airplane mode. Just a little reminder, after our mid-service, we will be
Landing lights are off.
selling items from the Allegiant shop. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the flight.
Delta 2854, thanks.
We're on XPlane 12.3, so this is the beta, and I've had fairly good luck with it, with the beta itself. I've had a couple of crashes going into certain airports that when I check the log, it's just a scenery glitch or something. I'm not running any SimHeaven or AutoOrtho. This is a plain vanilla. So we're running kind of plain vanilla
Climb and
scenery.
maintain flight level 300. Climb and maintain flight level 300. Allegiant 4852.
We are running, obviously, Say Intentions is doing my ATC. I've been using ATC from Say Intentions for about 6 months. I go back to VATSIM more infrequently because it's easier for me to hop on with ATC with Say Intentions just for the sake of convenience, and they're getting better and better. It's getting more consistent, so it works pretty well. I'm on the Zibo 737-800 for this one, so this is a free plane. You can pull it down on the forum, no charge, It's still, to me, I think it's like my top 3 planes. I think it's the one I go back to if I just want a good flight. It's a little more manual about how you have to use it, but it's a good plane.
Allegiant 4852, contact Cleveland Center on 135.375.
Contacting Cleveland Center on 135.375. Allegiant 4852. Cleveland Center, Allegiant 4852. Good evening. Climbing through 16,000 feet to flight level 300.
Legion 4852, Cleveland Center. Good evening, altimeter 3002.
Altimeter 3002. Allegiant 4852.
Hey, what do y'all think of those clouds? Those look really good. I mean, just the atmosphere. Wow. And good morning. Forgive me if I don't pronounce it right. Aviatron.
Legion 4852, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340. Allegiant 4852.
340, so that's our flight level. We're good to go there. I didn't realize how close or how easy it was to go from Detroit to Knoxville, and I just never thought about it. I'd never flown out of Detroit to Knoxville, but like right now we're only 353 miles outside of Knoxville, Tennessee, so we're not far. For us, places like Knoxville, Pigeon Forge are kind of our vacation spots here in the east part of America, of the United States. So you would think we would fly to where we're going to be going next week, but my wife and I are driving from North Carolina to Dallas, Texas, and that's not a short drive. It's about 16 hours. Okay, so we're on a climb right now. We're at 220, 350 miles outside of Knoxville, and if y'all have any questions along the way, let me know. This is the most boring part of the flight, because we'll be cruising maybe about a half hour to 40 minutes before we get top of descent. I'm going to go ahead and see if we get some descent numbers in here. We're going to forecast, see what our numbers are for Knoxville. It's QNH in Knoxville, similar to Detroit, about 30.01. So we're going to do a 30.01. And I'm going to see if there is some descent wind information we can pull down. Doesn't always have it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Good, it does. So good. We got descent winds. The winds are very unremarkable. That's good. You want to have unremarkable winds. Okay. Make sure I don't have any discontinuities in our plan here, and I do. They're going between Benda and Lowe's, so I'm going to knock that out. Runway final there, so we're good. for our frequency for ILS is going to be 11030. And our course heading for final is 051. So we're going to put 051 in our course heading, our course directors. I actually have an MSD in front of me. I've really enjoyed it. That I use for the 737. And heading bug. Alright, so we already got our course heading of 051. That was stupid. Zero 051, 11030, and our VREF is going to be full flaps full at 144. We'll go over here to our performance landing, and we'll get a rough idea of what our gross weight's going to be at that time. I'm going to use about 148,000. 148, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to have brakes set to, I'm going to put a brake setting of 3 because our runway on arrival, I was just looking at our, pull up our length. We're good. Our runway on our arrival, actually, it's a 10,000 foot runway, so I'm not going to use 3. I'm going to use 2. And it wants us to add 5 to our VREF, so just remember that. Add 5 to VREF, and we're going to set our anti-skid setting to 2 there. Okay. Okay. Any of y'all have a favorite aircraft? And is anyone here? Is everyone here XPlane 12, Microsoft Flight Sim? What's your primary flight sim? All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached our cruising altitude. We will be starting our snack and drink service shortly. And let me tell you, we have some delicious options today, including our famous Italian pasta salad and a delightful cheese platter. After the service, we will also bring items from the Allegiant shop. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for flying with us today, and enjoy your flight.
I don't know how much it's going to matter, but why don't we, I just hit speed intervention, and we're going to put this up to 80 Mach, so Mach 0.80, so that'll give us a little boost, not much, but a little.
Legion 4852, descent coming up in about 20 minutes. Reach out if you want an early start.
All right, so we have just hit cruise altitude. We're now at 340. We're going to go ahead too. We need to change our flight landing altitude to 950. I'll double check what it is. 950. Our elevation is 986 feet, so we're going to round that up to 1,000 is the elevation in Knoxville. And I want to turn those off. If you have never been to Knoxville, Tennessee, I don't know how accurate they depict it here. We're about to see flying in, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful area. Nice mountains, Blue Ridge, the Blue Ridge Parkway, the Appalachian Mountain Chain. It's really nice here. Let's look from down here. Brian, what's our speed in miles per hour? Brian, how fast are we going in knots and miles per hour? Allegiant 4852 requesting radio check. That is strange. Tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna turn it off and go back in. Saying that. Reconnect. Try it one more time. That is strange. See. Okay. All right. Allegiant 4852, radio check.
Legion 4852, loud and clear.
Okay. Brian, how fast are we going in miles per hour and knots? Mario, you okay?
Oh, I'm doing great, Captain. Just enjoying the flight and making sure our lovely passengers are comfortable. How about you? Everything good up there?
Could not be better. How about some coffee with half and half?
Oh, that sounds fantastic, Captain. I'll get some coffee with half and half ready for you right away. Just let me know if you need anything else up there.
Most appreciated.
Oh, Captain, it's my pleasure. Just doing my best to keep everyone happy and comfortable up here.
So, okay. We're 237 miles outside of Knoxville. We're currently at 340. I'm going to go ahead and let's look at our flight plan, or our legs, and so key at or above is 3,000. So I'm going to reset our altitude to 3,000. There we go. And we'll start monitoring our top of descent. So it says here we're still 148 miles from top of descent. But that will go pretty fast. You've got to consider, I think we're going about 529 miles per hour, 468 knots. So it won't take us long at all to travel that distance. Alright, 133 from top of descent. Let's get a down here shot. Let's see. not a terribly big airport, by the way, so one runway. Just one single runway. And I was surprised at the winds. The winds pulling down real-time winds, but there's just about no wind there right now. So that's good. Heading bug.
Contact Indianapolis Center on 128.075.
Again, the depiction, sky depiction, everything looks really good up here right now. See colors, the blend of the atmosphere. That looks good. It looks really good. Taking off the speed intervention. One thing I never did, which I should have, but I didn't, is I left the seatbelt sign on. You know what, I probably would have left it on anyway, because it's such a short flight, and if people need to get up to go do something, they just take their seatbelt off and seatbelt when they get back to their seat. So I think I'm good with that.
Legion 4852, contact Indianapolis Center on 135.575.
See what direction we're coming in. So we're coming in on, landing on 05 left, and I may have been wrong. Or am I? Hold a second. I am wrong. I am actually wrong. 05 left. Let's see where that takes us on the transition. There are two runways in Knoxville. There are two separate runways. And we won't really have much of a transition. It'll take us some kind of a straight course, and eventually we'll make a left, kind of a sharp left turn, and line up for final. That's it. So we don't have a base turn. All we have is a downwind and final. That's it. So that's good. just makes for an easier approach. .79 nautical miles from top of descent, and we're 162 miles outside of Knoxville. I'm beginning to wonder if when that other runway was built. I'm thinking until recently, I think there was only one runway.
Indianapolis Center on 123.775.
I think this is a good example. This flight's been a good example of more traffic global. You see a lot of activity on traffic global. We saw the airliners. We saw the traffic at the airport for traffic, and then we've seen tons of planes along the way. And I think the sea intentions, I'm not sure what happened there. Just a little anomaly. But usually it's solid. They do updates every day. We're about to get our clearance for the city. We're 137 miles outside. I've just now gotten the pop-up down on the descent, the descent on the infamous as to descent if I want to do a descent now. By the way, that's just a little point of note. If you have you're in the Zibo and descent now is not coming around, you don't see descent now right here, and your top of descent matches what should be an option to go descend now, it probably means you didn't reset your altitude from your flight level. So if I still had this on 340, 34,000, this would pop up. Or if it did pop up, I'd click on it and it wouldn't do anything. That was not smart. Put that back. Run, would you get our descent clearance for KTYS? We're ready to descend.
I'll request descent clearance for Knoxville.
Cleveland Center, Allegiant 4852, requesting descent clearance to Knoxville.
Allegiant 4852, whenever you'd like descend and maintain flight level 240.
hit
Descend
descend.
and maintain flight level 240. Allegiant 4852.
We are descending.
Oh, Captain, I see you're on your way to Cindy. Just make sure to bring back some nice Italian pasta for me, eh?
He's really hanging
Ladies
up on
and
that pasta.
gentlemen, we are currently cruising at an altitude of 34,000 feet. We hope you're enjoying your flight with us today. Just a little reminder, after our snack service, we will be coming around selling items from the Allegiant shop. Thank you for flying with Allegiant Air. Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to McGee Tyson. At this time, I kindly ask everyone to return to your seats.
Legion 4852, contact Indianapolis Center on 123.775.
Is no longer allowed. Thank you for your cooperation, and we will be landing shortly.
Alright, we're 117 miles outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. And we're on descent now. We're at 3320, descending. And by the time we get to the 240 that they're telling us to go to, it will already be time to continue our descent. So, yeah, it's not like text.
Legion 4852, descend and maintain 15,000.
There it is. He'll keep stepping us down. At 3300, descending to now 150, but I think it's gonna, in no short order, we'll end up down to about 030, so about 3,000. Our frequencies are already entered into for our approach. Our course headings are set. Our anti-skid is set to 2. Our speed brake is armed, and we will be at final. When we get on final, we'll be at full flaps at 146. 146, not too bad. Yeah, so 144. We may, it has a VREF where it says add 5. Let's look at that again. So VREF add 5.
Legion 4852, contact Indianapolis Center on 124.625.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm a little nervous about landing with a +5 on VREF, especially if that means we'll actually land at about 149. But when I think about it, it's a 10,000 foot runway, so maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's look at our legs. Or do we have any? You see here, all we have is 3,000 foot at or above. In other words, we don't have any other altitudes that will slow us down. On the way, it's 81 miles to that waypoint. So we should be okay. Scenery's pretty. Here, the skyline, everything looks really good. What I say is that when it comes to who owns the skies, XPlane 12 owns the nighttime skies. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 owns the daytime. I don't know, the daytime scenery. The skies, the clouds, I think look better on XPlane. Oh, if y'all didn't notice, I do take the yoke out like when I'm flying. Usually I don't fly with the yoke in front of me a lot. This yoke here, of course I've got a yoke, a hardware yoke in front of me, but I like this. I like it not blocking the camera, being able to see everything on the dash.
Legion 4852, contact Indianapolis Center on 124.625. Legion 4852, expect the ILS runway 5 left approaching to Knoxville.
Got it. Got it. We're ready for it. Love the lights, the way they notice how the lighting. Oh, wow, that's really nice. That's good. Nighttime scenery here.
Legion 4852, descend and maintain 7,000. Altimeter 3006.
That looks good. Check our where our position is. We're 58 miles outside of Knoxville. We will have one left turn. We'll have a left turn, kind of a sharp left turn, coming back to set up for Knoxville runway 05 left. But we don't have any other transitions. That's it. Left turn. And when I say left turn, I mean it's more than just a left turn. It's almost like a hook turn. We're going to come back around and setup, but we'll be at like a 0.5 left, so a 0.51 degrees heading. Last thing we'll do before we land, or before we get to that, is I'm going to put the fixed rings. So we're looking for runway 05 left. I'm going to put in a fixed ring of 10, and I'm going to put a fixed ring in of 4.5. That just helps me be spatially oriented right there, to have that on my map. I've got this set for 40 mile radius. Right now it'll come back in. See how those fixed rings are going to come in handy, because that 10-mile fixed ring is like a reference point for me when we make that turn. It's perfect. Altimeter is 30.01. Ground spoiler armed. Anti-skid 2.
Legion 4852, descend and maintain 4,000. Turn right heading 210, vectors for the ILS, runway 5 left approach.
210. That 210 helps us, because that sharp turn that we're going to have to make to the left, he's giving us some help. They're kind of setting us up for a turn. Brian, were you responding to him?
Yes, Steve. We're descending to 4,000 and turning right to heading 210 for the ILS approach to runway 5 left.
Allegiant 4852, descending to 4,000 and turning right heading 210 for the ILS, runway 5 left approach.
Beautiful. We're 29 miles out, from our turn. We're at 160, 16,000, so that's good shape. Especially since they gave us the vector, which kind of gives us a wider turn to the left. So I've got no complaints. That's good. Okay, recap. Course headings are set for 051. Anti-skid is set for 2. Ground spoilers are armed, and once we're down, once we've descended, we will begin our flaps, our extending of flaps. It's not time yet.
Legion 4852, turn left heading 185.
185, got it.
Legion 4852, contact Knoxville, approach on 118.0.
Landing lights are on. Legion 4852 is at 11,000, descending to 070. 040, not 070. We're descending to 040.
Legion 4852, Knoxville approach. Good evening, Knoxville, altimeter 3002.
Got a left turn coming for final coming up here.
Legion 4852, turn right heading 210.
Captain, cabin is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into McGee Tyson. At this time, please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in their full upright position. Don't forget to fasten your seatbelts. We will be arriving at Terminal 1, Gate 8. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope you enjoyed your flight with us today.
Right, we're at 090. He is helping us to be at the right altitude. He's It's really helped that his turns are really helping us. There's vectoring. Flaps are at 15.
Legion 4852, turn left heading 165.
I've got to give him credit. He's so far what ATC's done here has been just what we needed. It's helping us get down to the right altitude. It's not extreme. Subtle changes. And, we are 16 miles from Tyson.
Legion 4852, 8 miles from Bendal. Turn left heading 105, descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 5 left approach.
We're activating the approach. We're full flaps right now, and we're currently at 070, continuing to descend.
52, contact Knoxville Tower on 121.2.
Skyhawk 119er, KC Knoxville approach, not seeing you on radar. Double check 6512, ident again.
Legion 4852, we're going around.
Legion 4852, go around. Climb and maintain 3000, fly runway heading. Legion 4852, contact Knoxville Tower on 121.2. 4852, speed below 250 knots.
I'm having issues. Here, we gotta fix this. So we're on the other side of the airport, but we're actually going back to Benda to reset things for approach. We're going to knock that off there.
Triple zero, and we'll expect our nav 5 right for Juliet Romeo.
Juliet Romeo, turn right heading 260.
Right, we're gonna go to 180. And we're going to be setting back up for our approach again.
1,000 to go. $2,500.
Good. We can do this now. That was brutal. That was not good initially. So we're at a 180 course right now. We're at our correct altitude, and I'm about to activate LNAV, which will take us to Benda, and we'll finally be ready for our approach.
contact Knoxville Tower on 121.2 crossing Benda.
Right turn coming here, and we're setting up for final. Settings are set up. Good. Yeah, it had to take a wide turn to get back in position. We're getting there. By the time we get to bend feet, we should be okay. Bend feet will be on the final.
Legion 4852, contact Knoxville Tower on 121.2. We're not really stable. Yeah, we're getting there. We're not yet. I don't know. I'll call this stable. There we go. There we go. Okay. It looks like we're. I'm going to monitor that. We look a little off. So maybe it'll bring it back in a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, we're on it. We're spot on.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Flaps are full. Autos anti-skid set for 2. Ground spoilers are armed. ILS captured. Ready.
Departure Delta XC78, that's 2,604 pounds. Clear to Atlanta via direct Yankee and squawk 3345, that is Delta XC78. Clear direct Yankee, altimeter 300 for Delta 1978.
400.
Looking good. Must put on my throttle.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Right. Reversers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to McKee Tyson. We hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. Did you know that McKee Tyson is home to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which is the most visited national park in the United States? It's a beautiful place to explore. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Steve Good, First Officer Brian Song, and the entire crew, we wish you a wonderful stay here. The local time is now 9 o'clock p.m. Thank you for flying with Allegiant Air. The cabin is ready for the boarding.
Yeah.
Allegiant 4852, contact Knoxville Tower on 121.2.